What do you think it means to be a seeker? Like in, whether it's a seeker in life, in religion, whether it's in spirituality, whether it's in business.
Being seeker is like, it's like a tick in your brain.
Right.
It never leaves. It's almost like an accountability bug
Yeah.
that sits in your brain and just itches at you. No matter what you do, how you live, what you think, all it's gonna do is deliver to you what it deems base.
This is Musa. He's the 22-year-old kid who made millions of dollars by hacking your attention span. All of those TikToks you've seen with that random GTA gameplay underneath? Yeah, you're looking at the creator, but this isn't about that. This is Milan. He makes a living from teaching the very opposite of brain rot content. So what happens when unstoppable brain rot meets immovable consciousness? Well, stay tuned, and you'll find out.
But then this is what we're talking about, right? The implications of being a seeker, because sometimes you can go too far into the depths of things that maybe you'd be better off not knowing. Sometimes that's why they say ignorance is bliss.
In terms of people who live happier, I think,
Yeah, if
I think
we're on it,
one-dimensionally 100%. Because seekers, it's like, it's not a choice. I don't think you choose to be a seeker. Like, some people can know the truth and choose to live in ignorance.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't live with myself, and that's the bug in my brain itching at me when I try, you know?
Yeah.
And that's it, that's what makes a seeker, that's the difference. The ability to hold yourself ignorant is just not a possible option as a seeker, you know? And that's it. So it's the same way that like you don't choose what type of music you like, you don't choose what you find attractive in a girl, like you don't choose these things. Your brain just likes it, you know? So being a seeker is kind of the same. You hear option one and you hear option two, even if option one is better for you or like would be better for you, if your brain deep down knows that you lied to yourself picking option one, you're never gonna hear the end of it, metaphorically hear the end of it, from the tick in your brain, you know? Okay, so let's say there's a religious person, right? And they're exposed to an idea that contradicts their belief in religion, right? They can try and believe in one thing because of their programming, like, no, this religion's right, this thought is right, this belief is right. But the tick in their brain will steer them the other way and they can't ignore that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I
So
agree.
your programming has tried to leave you down a side that the tick in your brain has.
And what do you
straight
think
away
makes a
from.
seeker? Why do some people have the yearning to seek and some people are happy living unidimensionally, like they're happy accepting one truth? They don't necessarily need to learn all of the faiths, all of the religions, because it's all in this book. I don't need to do it. I don't need to look at everything.
Low-key, I think part of it is, I think it's a byproduct of high testosterone.
That's interesting.
I think, if I had to guess, I haven't looked into that, but if I had to guess, because it's an uncomfortable conversation and it's not a conversation you physically have, but it's one you have with yourself,
Yeah.
you know? And they are like traits of like people that have high testosterone. You know, the higher testosterone you have, the more likely you are to stand up for yourself, to stand up in a crowd, to be the odd one out, you know what I'm trying to say?
So even in women, like women who are seekers.
Yeah, you can still have higher testosterone than other women, or, you know what I'm trying to say?
Man, I see the study for that, but yeah.
Yeah,
I hear that.
I don't know, like, okay, if
I
I
think
was
it's
to actually think what it is that separates
Is it
them,
a
I don't have
biological
an
trait?
actual answer. Because at the end of the day, like, I think that in order to achieve what you want, you have to think in a unique way regardless, because most people don't.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, being a seeker helps you think in a unique way because you're willing to question the things that others aren't, you know? So I think part of the reason that I can live the life I want to live all the time is because of the seeker trait, you know?
Yeah.
So,
You think you could develop a secret trait?
yeah, we all did really, didn't we? The same way that we developed it younger, someone could develop it at 30,
Yeah.
you know? Someone could develop it much
Well,
younger
being a
than us.
seeker is just curiosity, essentially, right? Just
Yeah, but it's
being
like
curious.
curiosity against your will.
But if you're willing to,
Because if it was my choice, I just choose to just not question anything and just be 100% balls deep belief in anything, you know?
If you're willing to challenge something that would challenge your identity, I think that is what makes it like a true seeker.
Yeah, I agree. Similar in the sense of as soon as you start to question your beliefs that coincided with your identity, you can kind of think like, yeah, but all these other religious arguments need questioning as well, and that's long, and I'm just going to choose to believe them instead, you know?
Right, yeah.
So you can disregard questions and points that you believe in. It depends on how deep you're willing to explore the questions that come.
So how many times how did you detach your identity then from your beliefs?
Or, I'm just willing to do it.
Yeah.
That's the difference, right? It's will. It's the will of how willing are you to change who you are because of newer beliefs approaching you, you know?
Yeah.
And that's it. And I think that many people are like, bro, like my dad. I'm not willing to break that because there's so many of us, and so his whole life, his friends, his routine, his everything, his family is all oriented around this belief and his identity.
And that
you know?
closes you off to seeing the evidence, new evidence that is in front of you.
Yeah, whereas like I'm willing to scrap all that.
Yeah.
You know? Bro, I remember when I was having unique thoughts, just about business. I'm gonna make X amount, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna travel here, I'm gonna just do whatever I want. Like all my friends and my family, they were all like, just that's unrealistic type of thing, you know? It's like, fuck these guys, you know what I'm saying? Obviously not fuck them, like they're still good people, and I completely understand where they're coming from, but at the same time, like they weren't for my ideas then, so they don't have to be for my ideas now. And not only that, out of everyone that said it's such a low probability of happening, they were all wrong, and I was right. So the odds are I can probably do that shit again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You said, I remember, you're like the only one of the few people, or not even few, probably the only person that thinks that environment doesn't dictate who you would have became.
No, I don't think so.
Even if you were born in a completely different environment, you still would have became who you are, you think?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
I just don't see all. I think they're like, I don't know, man. I think some people are, okay, there are some things that definitely help. Like, for example, your brother helped with developing your thinking ability now, you would say, right?
Yeah, definitely.
My dad definitely helped with mine.
Right.
You know? I think those things help, but I don't think that it would have stopped me from getting here. It would have maybe took longer, but I would have eventually got there. Because, like, bro, the whole point of, like, the seeker mentality, right, is that it's a tick that you can't ignore.
Yeah.
As long as that tick is in your brain, you get there. You know, because you're forever holding yourself accountable.
Yeah.
Unwillingly holding yourself accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that's powerful because.
So do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Even no matter the environment, as soon as you're given a belief that you was programmed with, if you have that tick in your brain, it's hard to not go back to where we're at right now.
I attribute a lot of like what I've been able to do because I was born here, born in London. Like that's already such a head start, you know, in terms of opportunity, in terms of diversity. I feel like it's a head start. But again, now the more I think about it, and since you said it, if I've always had that tick in me, which I think I have, then maybe all roads would always lead to where I was gonna go.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
The people who are most ignorant are the least inclusive as well, you know? They're the people that are like super categorical. No, you're like this, that's it, done, you know? And they don't even consider like a lot of people see everything black and white.
Yeah.
Like there is one right and one wrong, when that's not the case. You can both be right, even if both your thoughts contradict, you know? You're right and I'm right, because the reality will be right for you. It'll prove you right, and then it will also prove me right, even though we both have two conflicting ideas, you know?
Because the counter argument to that, or to what I'm told all the time, is that if you believe in everything, then you believe in nothing.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I think those type of things come down to when it's time to stand up for something. you know?
Yeah.
Like you can have that belief and that your reality will match that belief so long as you believe in it, right? But when it's time to stand up for something, I'm gonna stand up with what I believe is right, and then it's time to not tolerate, because I'm doing what I think is right for I don't know, given the circumstance.
Right.
Not to sound like Batman, do you know what I'm saying? Doing well, right for society. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Let's talk money consciousness, right? Because this is
my favorite topic.
This is your bag, bro. You know the gap between, let's say, someone who's your age and isn't as successful versus yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that is a conscious choice on their part, or it can also be circumstantial?
No, it's definitely not circumstantial, bro.
Coming back, because that relates back to the environment point earlier.
It does.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not circumstantial, because, bro, growing up, right, I'd say I grew up like middle class, working class, depending on your definition of working class. Because, like, bro, both my parents had jobs, probably making like 70K a year, right? So total household income is probably 140, you know?
Yeah.
That's pre-tax, after tax, probably talking about 70, 80K, right? After tax, that's pretty good. In Nottingham as well, you know what I'm saying? That's not broke by any means, but it's definitely not luxury.
Yeah.
But it was a 4-bedroom house, fully detached, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's way better than loads of people I know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's also not like, okay, we got a good holiday maybe every 3-4 years.
Okay.
And what we did every other year is we would like fly to our grandparents' house, and that would be the holiday. We'd go for 2 weeks, and me and my cousins would play on the farm. We'd get water and just roll around in the mud, you know?
That's good times, man.
That was great times, but that's like, so it's not circumstantial. In my upbringing, £1,000 is a lot of money.
Right.
That's how I'm raised, you know? So it definitely wasn't conditioned into me. It was definitely something that I figured out on my own, you know? But I think it's easier to figure out on your own now than it has ever been.
Yeah, it's the best time in the world. I mean,
elevate
to
your
make it,
conscious.
but it's also the worst time in the. It's also the worst time in the world to be distracted, basically.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. But I think that some of the shit that people consider brain rot can still be a way to elevate your money consciousness. It just depends on how willing you are to elevate it. How open it, like, it's like in the Kabbalion, one of the universal laws, one of the Hermetic principles is universal law of polarity.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just considering, you know, the concept all truths are half truths. So it's considering the opposing to be the truth. So when you look at that brain rot slop of like, I made 10K last month,
Harry quoted himself.
But okay, like, okay, 99% of them are lying.
Yeah. Yeah.
But have you considered it? What is true?
Yeah.
Then what? You know? And I remember like watching some podcasts and stuff like that and thinking like, damn, like these guys are my age, they made it. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I was like, damn, this shit's real. And I started believing it from there, you know? And that's it. That's what elevated my money consciousness. I was like, damn, like these guys with like hundreds of thousands a month.
Yeah.
And they're my age, I'm fucking 17, 18. Or like, I was like 16, 17, I was like, damn, they're my age doing that. Why can't I? You know, once you've raised your, let's say your money consciousness, right? I say like it's a matter of time before your physical reality catches up. But truth be told, depending on how much like emotional energy you're investing into that level of money consciousness that you're operating at, that depends on how quickly those things act. For me, it acted quickly in a sense of it took 2 months for me to go from making like 70K a month to $500,000 a month. And because the amount of conviction I had in my ability to make that money after my conversations and schemes with Devontae was super, super high. So I acted on everything super, super quickly because I knew that the sooner I get it done, the sooner it would work. We did it, the money was there straight away. So instantly I took myself from a range of 70, 80K a month to $500,000 in a month in profit.
Yeah.
Because of how much conviction I had in my money consciousness elevation.
But it's also your previous results though. Like, so what about someone who's got next to no results? How do they build the conviction? Like, okay,
You just need conviction in your ability to achieve it.
I agree with that, yeah.
You don't need
but then
conviction.
that creates the evidence. And then the evidence affirms the conviction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Perfect.
Yeah.
Abundant opportunities like gravitate towards you when you're thinking from that financial state anyway. You know, so a lot of, like, bro, I've had a lot of plays in crypto, but a lot of those big plays gravitated towards me, you know, because of how I see money.
Yeah, I think the same thing.
And then not only that, I was able to capitalize on those opportunities. It was like, bro, when I tell people like, okay, so last month, I invested in this 1 point and it ran heavy. I put 100K, it turned to 1.6 mil in 45 days.
Wow.
Right? Now, a lot of people are like, that's lucky. Like, you met that guy at the right time. You did it.
Yeah.
Bro, I put 100K.
Yeah. It's not a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah, I think you engineer luck.
and then even, okay, look, Luke gets a lot of slack for this because crypto kids get called lucky all the time. But real talk, bro, like, I think with Luke's Binance swap plays where he made like a lot of his bread, guy made like tens of millions, right? What I'm trying to think is, what's lucky about watching, let's say you made a 10K investment and it turns to 10 million.
Yeah.
Where would you have sold?
Yeah.
Would you have even sold at 10 million?
Mm.
Would you have even held to that range?
Yeah.
What would you be feeling? You know? Would you have even made it past 100K?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So true.
It's like, what part of that is luck? They were thinking differently to you. They figured it out better than you did. You know what I'm trying to say?
I 100% agree with that.
So a lot of these crypto guys, bro, like, they get a lot of, crypto kids get a lot of slack for like, you don't do work, you don't do this. Now, if you want to say they're not good entrepreneurs, I would agree, because they're not building a business.
Yeah.
But to say that they got lucky, I'm going to 100% disagree with that.
Yeah.
I don't think the crypto kids get lucky. They position themselves accordingly, and their mental, like, internal attitude towards money directly correlates with the bag that they pull out.
Yeah.
Because, bro, you invest $1,000 and it runs to 10 million. Most people are selling at 10K.
Yeah.
Even less people are selling at 100K.
Yeah.
Even less people are selling at $1 million. And almost no one's making it to 10.
Mm-hmm.
But you have the audacity to say they got luck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's such a good reframe. I think people need to hear that. What do you think of free will? Now that we spoke about it a bit. Do you think you're creating your path or you're being led down one?
Nah, you're molding your own. You know? Every time. With as new things come and hit you, I think that we're creating it, we're molding it as our ideas change, our reality changes, and we change our ideas with our will. You know? That's it. Because at the end of the day, like, even though you have that tick in your brain, you still make the conscious decision to act on whatever that is.
One thing I saw, with Alex Hormozy, we were talking about it earlier, was this. Have you seen this whole be, do, have thing? You have to be in order to do, and then you have. All right.
Mm.
He doesn't agree with that. He said that you only have to you just have to do, basically.
I
What do you
think
think about that?
Nah, I think you do have to be. There's a side of it that he doesn't realize that he follows. And that is the whole, like, being there mentally before you're there physically.
Yeah,
That's what being is.
When has an action ever preceded a thought?
Yeah, never.
Yeah.
So I think that's like a whole nother side of business that he doesn't consider. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with that because obviously it serves him and it works for him. That's completely fine.
Yeah, we're both right.
Yeah.
Even though the ideas contradict.
And I think that actually he expresses the same ideas. For example, I spoke about this in a video recently where he doesn't believe in manifestation at all. Like he'll die on that hill. And, I can't say I fully agree with him, but I can see where he's coming from.
Yeah, well, he's right.
Yeah.
The same way that we're right in believing in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Whatever the thinker thinks proves, right?
Exactly.
That's what it
It's
is.
the same thing. So he's right, we're right.
What's crazy about you is from the outside, you look like the brain rot kid, whatever, because that's the content that you push out and generate.
Yeah.
But actually, in actuality, it's the complete opposite. You have a complete and deep appreciation and reverence for art and, making real art. What do you think the long-term consequences of like short form or algorithm based content is?
Just don't hate the player, hate the game, bro. It's that simple. Like, bro, there's been slop on YouTube for years.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
there's
just long
still
form.
slop now. It's just long form slop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look,
Balance.
like, bro, brain rot existed long before short form.
But it's worse than though, like attention span wise.
Yeah, but bro, I'm giving the people what they want.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do about it? You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
If everyone was working on
I'm
it,
not judging you.
you know what I'm saying? If everyone was working on it, then everyone was working on themselves, and there wouldn't be any brain rot to feed people.
Yeah.
Truth is, people are eating this slop,
Yeah.
and I just want to. I'm the one feeding them, bro. I'm
So it's like Big Pharma, or it's like these restaurants that sell terrible food.
Yeah, I'm feeding them shit. There's no pharmaceutical, but I am feeding them. I guess the pharmaceutical is like your content, Hamza's content, like these type of videos, you know? That is the pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a job by giving people slop.
That's actually true. Yeah, it works both ways, that's true. But in terms of what I meant by long-term consequences is people's ability to focus. Like, bro, I'll be honest, how many people have probably got to here without checking their phone? Probably
None.
yeah, next to none. I'm watching reels in my head right now.
So like I'm thinking about Subway Surfers and GTA 6.
Yeah, that's what, whenever I see you, that's what I think about. But it is worse now, I feel like, than it would have been, you know? Like, even when YouTube stopped, well, yeah, cool, there was YouTube stopped a long time ago, but at least back then it was long form, in a way, and you still had to hold your attention.
Probably 99% of all videos uploaded on YouTube is bullshit slops, you know?
Yeah.
So, and that's not even an over-exaggeration to like any degree. I don't even want to know how many videos are uploaded on YouTube in a day, because the percentage is definitely 99% of it is bullshit, you know?
I feel like people who don't know you would perceive you to have an ego, but you don't, like a huge ego, but because I could see it online when you rage bait.
Yeah.
But in reality, obviously, that's not true. You're one of the most genuine, generous guys. What is actually your relationship with it now? Also, do you think it's something that serves you? Do you think it's something that needs to be killed within you?
Nah, it depends on your objective in life.
Right.
So I do believe that that's the most of your objective is to align your will with the will of God.
Yeah.
And to do that, you have to kill your ego, because anytime you step into your ego, you're straying yourself. You're following your will, not the will of God.
But didn't we just say earlier about free will, that you're carving your own path? Doesn't that contradict?
Part of that is aligning it with God.
Right.
You know?
I believe in
But
that
that's
fully.
the choice based on the choice that I've made as a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Because I have the will to do so.
Yeah.
The same way that I'd also have the will to go and do whatever I want. That means drinking today, you know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if your objective is to make like 100 mil, yeah, you're gonna need your ego. There's no doubt I needed my ego to make this bread, 100%.
Yeah.
You know? And to make more bread, I'm gonna keep using it.
Yeah.
I'm aware this is it.
It's a tool. Well, it's a
I
tool.
wanna do.
This is the thing.
But yeah,
It's to be used.
yeah, it's just like a power you have to harness. You
Yeah.
know when and how to use it correctly. A large portion of being successful in business, even just operating from a position of abundance, is your ego.
Yeah.
Okay, don't work with me. I'm going to be successful anyway. That's
Yeah.
an egotistical thing to say.
All right.
But you need to think like that. So like, see some type of success if you're working with people. Don't work with me, fine, that's your loss.
Yeah.
You know?
I know, I agree with that. I would align with that as well. What about being polarizing though?
I got a good side. I like being polarizing.
Yeah.
I actually fell out with this girl recently. And the reason is because I was telling her, like, of course I'm out of touch. Who wouldn't be? If you was me, you would be out of touch as well.
Yeah.
I was like, of course I'm out of touch. Like, I have to be out of touch in order to live the life I want to live.
Yeah.
You know?
Why would you want to be in touch?
Yeah, like
with-
if you want a guy like me, you have to be comfortable with the fact that he's going to be out of touch. His beliefs will be out of touch. And as a result, the lifestyle you live will be out of touch. You won't be in touch with your friends.
Yeah.
You know? It's that simple.
The whole point is you got out of touch. Your whole journey took you to a position to be out of touch. My misery loves company.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it's exactly that.
Yeah.
You know, like miserable people call you out of touch and then use the term as a way of shame. I'm shaming you. You're out of touch, which is a bad thing. You know, that's the misery calling for your company.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's all perception because you don't even see that as a negative thing.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't see it as a negative.
But if I did,
Yeah.
I'm saying, a lot of people definitely see being out of touch. I even made a TikTok but I did some numbers actually, almost 100K. And I was like, why are people, ordinary people, surprised when celebrities are out of touch? If you had 100 million in your bank, or 10 million in your bank, or even $1 million in your bank, would you look at the price of your Uber Eats?
Yeah.
Would you know how much a carton of milk costs?
Mm-hmm.
Would you even go to the shops? I think it's harder to actually be in a country that has no phone,
Yeah, yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You're not even lucky to be in a country where having a phone is accessible.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And then what's better is your chances of coming across Mr. Beast is super, super high.
Yeah,
So as long as you have access to a phone, it's only a matter of time before you find out who Mr. Beast is. And he's the guy that kind of lifted my like money consciousness in the sense of, damn, like this algorithm shit is just anyone can crack it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I was like, my first thing was like, algorithm doesn't care about your feelings to any degree. You don't need a studio, don't need this, you just need retention. So even as an African with an accent and no clothes or whatever it is, like, that's not Africa, but even if it was, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like as long as I had a phone, I still would have believed I could have made a viral TikTok.
yeah, yeah.
And that would have kickstarted everything all over again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So as long as I'm in a country that I could have had my hands on a phone when I turned 16, 15,
So the
I would
only
have run it back again, 100%.
I believe that you would have 100%, but just to play devil's advocate, you only have that conviction now because you've done it.
Yeah, but I don't see how I wouldn't have gone down that rabbit hole as well. Because realistically, the thing that kicked everything off is two things. Like, I guess having a phone and internet and knowing who Mr. Beast is. That kind of kicked it all off from,
It's pretty cool.
you know?
Yeah.
So as long as I can access those two things, which are it's easier to access those things in anywhere in the world now than it is to not access those things.
Yeah, yeah.
So as long as I could have accessed that, I'm sure I would have ran it back.
When you look back at your, like, you know, from where you were like 17, 18 to now, do you think that growth is linear? It's linear until it's like exponential, until it blows up, basically. Nothing for a long time, everything all at once, kind of thing.
Yeah, the plateau of latent potential, right?
Yeah.
From what's up, James Clear?
Yeah, yeah.
Atomic Habits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it's not linear to any degree.
Mm-hmm.
It's all in direct correlation with your money consciousness.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only linear thing.
Yeah, because
It just directly ties with that.
hmm.
And that's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
You're just working and waiting until those two things align.
Mm. And then what about reversing programming that is, lowering your money consciousness? Or let's say you're not even aware of the limiting beliefs that you hold.
I don't know if I could, bro. Like, it's so okay. So you're saying like if I was broke and I hadn't been rich yet? Because if I'd been rich and gone broke, it's hard to go broke ever again.
Yeah, yeah, of course. It's like people say, transcend your programming, but how can you transcend it if you're not even aware of what it is you're programmed with? And you have limits and beliefs, and like you said, you think at 1K a month is a lot of money.
This is why people say like you have to be delusional.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? Being delusional, you're not actually being delusional when you're being delusional. Because you genuinely believe it. You're just delusional to other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So your objective as someone that's broke to elevate your money consciousness is to just think, how do I make 100K seem like not a lot of money? To elevate your money consciousness, the first step to getting rich as someone that's poor is trying to perceive 100K as not a lot of money. That's it. So for me, the way I did it was when I was getting like 100 million views a month on my personal brand shit. And then Devontae approaches me, my sales manager, and he's like, bro, you know, if you sold high ticket, like 5K packages, 6K packages, you could make like $500,000. I was like, what? I was like, bro, I'm doing like 70, 80 right now. He goes, bro, with these views, you could make $500,000 easy. I was like, no fucking way. He's like, yeah, bro, look at this guy. This guy does 20 million impressions a month, you know? Not even views, impressions. And he's doing like 1.2 mil a month. I was like, what the fuck? And then he was like, yeah, this is all cold paid traffic. You have warm leads, organic traffic. You should be doing $500,000 like in your worst month ever.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. Anyway, first month with him, we do $500,000.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like that was like my elevation step when I realized that my views are worth more. So is your first step, in my opinion, to breaking out of it is developing a skill, then understanding the potentiality to earn with that skill.
Right, yeah.
Because there's always another level to it that you're not aware of. So your skill, if you learn like any service-based skill,
Yeah.
then you earn like any service-based skill and you can kind of make 100K with that pretty easy. You sign 4 clients on monthly retainers for 3K a month. You're already at 10K a month, done. that is a pretty easy kind of belief to overcome.
Yeah.
There's so many agencies that need, or so many businesses that need agencies. Then you have to realize, okay, what's the next level? Okay, there are agencies bigger than mine signing clients for revenue percentages, revenue splits. And then they're working, then you realize, oh, I thought like the best businesses were doing $1 million a month. Best ones are actually doing 100 million a month or 10 million a month, you know? So it's like continuously lifting that barrier. It's a lot of discovery. I think a lot of the reason that I have like my money like consciousness is like super high, and even been able to make way more than what anyone in my field has been able to achieve, is simply because I've been able to make money in other forms of business because I've surrounded myself with so many different types of entrepreneurs, met so many different types of people, and bro, I've been traveling past 2.5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You expose yourself to new levels, basically. And that's what made it.
It's just the
that's what breaks your limiting beliefs.
It's the pursuit of wisdom at the end of the day, right?
Being a seeker.
Yeah. Even if I'm going around talking to strangers, talking to people, meeting new people all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I guess what you're doing is like looking to achieve that, you know?
So when you shifted from like out of survival mode into more, you know, where you are now, I'd call it like self-inquiry mode, right? What are the questions you think that arise for you that you are kind of thinking about more on a daily basis?
It's the same, bro. I wake up just thinking the same thing, bro. Like, I do just want to enjoy life. I just want to make bread and just cotton it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually not, there's not a lot of like deep questions that really approach you on a day to day. It's more so
Only
like,
the ones you text me.
Yeah, huh?
Only the ones you text me.
Yeah. It's like,
on occasion.
It's like it's just one of those things like, it's the reason you should reread books and shit like that, right? It's because as you change as a person, new questions will prompt new answers, new thoughts, new ideas, and new perspectives, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of what happens. It's just like as you live, you think about something and then you expand on that thought. But it's just something you do as you're living. Like I'm just going to the pool. But whilst I was in the pool, I was thinking about this, you know?
Yeah.
And these type of things. But on a day-to-day, like my day-to-day thoughts aren't anything to do with like, I don't know, like spirituality or consciousness or being smart or any of this shit. So I'm not thinking about that. It's just something that my brain does as I'm doing the things I actually want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you can't turn the ticker off.
Yeah, can't turn it off, just keep ticking, bro. Keeps eating at my brain.
I think we've spoken about it, or it's in Nero's book as well, Matthew 13:12. For whoever has, to him more will be given and he will have an abundance, but whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken away from him. Basically, the state of mind that you're in, even you know, that got you to that abundance is going to bring you even more, but the state of mind that you're in that got you to scarcity is going to bring you even more of that.
Yeah, it's a really good way of putting it. You have to hustle to get the first bit of luck, and then after that, it just comes to you.
Yeah.
Way easier to hit after that.